Hello, and welcome to the podcast, my friend. Today, we're going to talk about one simple technique that can completely change the way you speak English. A technique that helps you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent, without needing long lessons, without needing a partner, and without needing to memorize difficult grammar rules. I'll be speaking slowly and clearly so you can follow me, repeat after me, and practice with me. Because this is not just listening. This is conversation practice. This is real training for your speaking muscles. So relax, breathe, and let's begin our journey together. Today, you will learn a technique that fluent speakers use every day. A technique that can help you speak smoothly, think faster, and feel more comfortable in English. Let's start right now. Let's begin with a simple idea. Fluency is not a destination. Fluency is a feeling. It's the feeling of words moving through you without fear, without hesitation, without that heavy moment when your mind goes blank. And the technique we're going to explore today is designed to remove that pressure and help you speak the way English was always meant to be spoken, smoothly, calmly, and naturally. It's a technique used by actors, language learners, public speakers, and confident communicators all around the world. And the best part? You can practice it right now, wherever you are. You don't need a partner, you don't need a classroom, you don't need perfect grammar. All you need is your voice, your ears, and a few minutes of your day. This technique is called guided conversation shadowing. It's different from normal shadowing because instead of repeating random sentences, you repeat conversation-style phrases, the exact phrases real people use in everyday life. These short phrases help you build patterns in your brain, patterns that help you respond faster, patterns that help you speak without translating, patterns that help you express yourself the way native speakers do. And once these patterns settle into your mind, your fluency becomes smoother, your confidence grows stronger, and your sentences begin to flow. So let's break it down slowly. First, you listen. You hear me say a sentence in a natural, conversational tone. Then, without stopping, without thinking too much, you repeat. You don't worry about perfection. You don't chase every sound. You simply follow the rhythm, the melody, the movement of English. Remember, fluency is not only about vocabulary. It's about rhythm. It's about timing. It's about the smooth connection between your thoughts and your voice. And this technique trains that connection directly. Let's try something together. I'll say a short sentence and you repeat after me, just like a conversation. Ready? Here we go. Hey, how's it going? Now you repeat. Good. Next. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Repeat. Next, what are you up to today? Repeat. These are simple conversations, but they train the exact patterns that fluent speakers use every day. Because fluency is not built from complex words, it's built from simple moments spoken confidently. Now let's talk about why this technique works so well. When you shadow conversation-style phrases, you're training 3 important skills at the same time. You're listening, you're speaking, and you're thinking. Listening helps your brain absorb the natural music of English. Speaking trains your mouth to follow that music. Thinking in English helps you stop translating from your native language. When these 3 skills work together, fluency becomes much easier. You don't force the words anymore, they come naturally. You don't plan your sentences, they build themselves. And this transformation doesn't require years. It doesn't require hundreds of lessons. It just requires a few minutes of honest daily practice. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" For many learners, this question causes panic. They think, which tense do I use? How do I start? What if I make a mistake? The mind becomes stressed. But with conversation shadowing, your brain already knows patterns like, yesterday I went, I spent time, I worked on, I met with. These patterns rise automatically. Your mouth follows. Your confidence grows. This is the power of training conversation patterns instead of only memorizing grammar rules. Grammar gives you knowledge. Conversation patterns give you fluency. Let's practice another set of conversational phrases. I'll speak slowly, and you follow along. Here we go. Could you say that again, please? Repeat. Good. I didn't quite catch that. Repeat. Great. Can you explain it in a simpler way? Repeat. These are everyday expressions, expressions that make conversations smoother, clearer, and calmer. And when you know these phrases automatically, you don't freeze in real situations. You respond with confidence. You sound natural. You keep the conversation alive. Now let's talk about something very important. Fluency is not about speaking perfectly. Fluency is about speaking naturally. Many learners wait for the perfect moment to speak. They wait until they know enough grammar. They wait until they have enough vocabulary. They wait until they feel confident. But confidence doesn't appear before you speak. Confidence grows because you speak. Every small conversation builds your courage. Every repeated phrase strengthens your voice. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. So don't wait. Don't hold back. Don't wait for permission to speak fluently. You build fluency by speaking now. Slowly, gently, bravely. Another powerful benefit of this technique is that it helps remove translation from your thinking. When you learn English through memorization, your brain creates this chain: thought, translation, sentence, speech. But when you learn through conversation shadowing, your brain builds a new chain: thought, English, speech. No translation, no delay, no confusion. This is the secret to thinking in English. And once you begin thinking in English, your fluency rises automatically. You speak smoother. You speak faster. You speak with more comfort. And English starts to feel less like a school subject and more like a natural part of your life. Let's practice a few more sentences. Ready? Follow my rhythm. That sounds great. Repeat. Let me think for a moment. Repeat. I'm not sure, but I'll try. Repeat. Beautiful. These small sentences are the heart of fluency. Because when a real conversation happens, you don't need academic words, you need simple, honest responses. These are the building blocks of natural conversation. Now let's talk about one more thing that will help you speak fluently: letting go of fear. Fear is the biggest enemy of fluency. Not grammar, not vocabulary, not accent. Fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of sounding strange. But let me tell you something simple and true. Mistakes do not stop your fluency. Fear does. Every fluent speaker you admire has made thousands of mistakes. Every native speaker makes mistakes too. The difference is they don't allow mistakes to silence them, and you shouldn't either. When you make a mistake, keep speaking. When you forget a word, keep speaking. When you feel nervous, breathe and keep speaking. Fluency grows in motion, not in perfection. Here's another secret. Your mouth needs practice, not pressure. When you speak gently, slowly, with kindness toward yourself, your mouth relaxes. Your voice becomes clearer. Your sentences flow more naturally. Speaking is a physical activity. The more relaxed you are, the more fluent you sound. So let your body be calm. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath be soft. Let your mind slow down. Fluency is not a fast race, it's a smooth walk. Now let me share something powerful. Fluency grows faster when you practice a little every day. You don't need an hour. You don't need a long study session. Even 5 minutes of conversation shadowing can change your speaking dramatically. Imagine this: 5 minutes of listening, repeating and following conversational rhythms every day. After 1 week, you feel more comfortable. After 1 month, you respond faster. After 3 months, you think in English more easily. After 6 months, you sound smoother, calmer, more fluent. This is how fluency grows, not through pressure, but through consistency. Let's practice a final set of conversational patterns together. Ready? Here's what I think. Repeat. Let me explain it differently. Repeat. That's interesting. Tell me more. Repeat. Excellent. These are the phrases of a confident communicator, and every time you speak them, your fluency grows stronger. So as we close today's practice, remember this. You can speak English fluently. You can become confident. You can speak naturally, and you can do it without stress, without fear, without waiting for the perfect moment. Fluency grows from small conversations repeated daily. Fluency grows from listening, shadowing, practicing, and being brave enough to speak. Fluency grows inside you a little more every time you open your mouth. And you have everything you need to begin right now. So keep practicing, keep repeating, keep speaking, and one day you will look back and realize something beautiful. You are speaking fluently, without fear, without hesitation, without doubt. That day is coming, and you're already on the way. And now that we've talked about how fluency grows through daily practice, let's go deeper into something many learners forget. Fluency is not only a language skill, it is a lifestyle. The way you interact with English outside of study time shapes how easily you speak inside real conversations. Every moment you listen, every phrase you repeat, every sentence you create becomes part of your fluency foundation. So I want you to imagine for a moment that English is not something you study anymore. Instead, it becomes something you live with, something you hear, something you speak, something you use in small, natural ways throughout your day. This change of mindset is powerful because when English becomes part of your life, speaking stops feeling like an exam and starts feeling like a simple, natural expression of who you are. Let's explore one of the most helpful habits for building this lifestyle: continuous input. Input means the English that enters your brain through podcasts, conversations, videos, music, short clips, stories, or anything you enjoy. When your brain receives English regularly, something magical happens. The language rearranges itself inside your mind without effort. You start understanding phrases more quickly. You start predicting what comes next. You start noticing patterns you never studied. You begin to feel the language, not just learn it. This is why podcasts are so powerful, especially slow, clear, conversation-centered podcasts like this one. They give your brain the rhythm, tone, and structure of real English in a way textbooks cannot. And when your brain hears natural English often enough, your mouth learns to follow that same rhythm. Input creates fluency. Repetition strengthens it. Speaking expresses it. All three work together. Now, let's talk about something practical: the importance of speaking even when you're alone. So many learners think they can't practice because they don't have a partner. But that is not true. You can have rich, meaningful practice on your own. You can shadow, you can repeat, you can describe your day. You can ask yourself questions and answer them. You can read aloud, you can record your voice, you can create imaginary conversations. And guess what? Every one of those activities trains your fluency. Speaking alone is not strange. Speaking alone is training. It is how athletes train before stepping into the real match. It is how singers practice before going on stage. It is how confident speakers prepare before real conversations. So don't underestimate solo speaking practice. It is one of the most powerful tools you have. Let's try a small exercise right now. I'll ask you a question and you answer out loud, even if you're alone. Ready? Here we go. What did you enjoy about this week? Take a moment, think, and answer. Good. Now another question. What is one thing you want to improve in your English? Answer out loud. And one more. What is something that made you smile recently? When you answer these questions out loud, you are doing real conversation practice. You are forming real sentences. You are training your brain and your voice to work together. This is exactly how fluency grows, not from memorizing rules, but from using the language in real and honest ways. Now, let's talk about rhythm, because rhythm is the secret ingredient of spoken English. Every language has its own music. English has a certain beat, a certain flow, a certain rise and fall. When you speak with the natural rhythm of English, your sentences feel smooth, clear, and confident. And the best way to learn this rhythm is through shadowing. When you repeat after a speaker, especially a slow, clear one, your mouth learns the timing, your ears learn the melody, and your brain learns the natural flow. Shadowing is not just repeating words, it is absorbing the rhythm of the language. And rhythm is what makes speech sound fluent. You may not know every word, you may not have perfect grammar, but if your rhythm is natural, people will understand you easily, and you will feel in control of your speech. Let's practice a little rhythm together. Listen to the rise and fall in my voice and follow along. I didn't understand everything, but I'm learning a little more every day. Repeat after me. Good. Now another one. I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. Repeat. And one more. Speaking English feels easier when I relax and let the words come. These short sentences let you feel the rhythm of English, and when you practice this rhythm regularly, your fluency becomes smoother without you even noticing it. Rhythm is the hidden engine that drives natural speaking. Another important part of fluency is comfort, the comfort of speaking without overthinking. Many learners feel nervous when speaking. Their heart beats fast, their mind becomes heavy. They worry about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and mistakes all at once. But fluency does not come from thinking more, it comes from thinking less. It comes from trusting your practice. It comes from letting the sentence flow, even if it's not perfect. So here is a simple but powerful rule. When you speak, focus on communication, not perfection. The purpose of speaking is not to deliver a perfect sentence, it is to express your idea. And when you focus on expressing ideas rather than avoiding mistakes, your fluency improves instantly. Mistakes are not a problem. Silence is. Keep speaking, keep moving, keep expressing, and fluency will follow. Let's talk about something else that moves fluency forward: flexibility. Fluent speakers are flexible. They don't get stuck searching for the perfect word. They switch to a simpler word. They change the structure. They use phrases like, "let me explain," "I'm trying to say," or "what I mean is." These phrases give your mind time to think and your mouth time to move. They keep the conversation alive while your brain finds the next idea. This flexibility is a key part of fluency. So practice phrases that help you keep speaking, even when you're not sure. Phrases like, "let me try again," "how do I explain this?" It's similar to, like when. These little tools make your speaking smooth even when you don't know every word. They are the bridges that carry you through moments of hesitation. Now I want to talk about one of the most beautiful parts of language learning: identity. When you speak English, you step into a new version of yourself. A version with new sounds, new expressions, new ways of thinking. Some learners feel shy because they feel different when speaking another language. But that difference is not a weakness, it is growth. Every language gives you a new voice, a new personality, a new way to understand the world. And fluency grows faster when you accept this new version of yourself. Don't try to sound perfect. Don't try to erase your accent. Don't try to hide who you are. Let your voice be your own. Let your accent be a part of your story. Fluency is not about sounding like a native speaker. It's about sounding like you in English. Now, let's talk about a practical step you can do every day: micro practice. Micro-practice means tiny, short moments of English throughout your day. As you walk, describe what you see. As you cook, say the steps out loud. As you wait for your bus or train, think about your day in English. These little moments create big progress because they train your brain to use English naturally, not just in study time. A learner who practices English for 5 minutes, 6 times a day, will improve more than someone who studies once a week for 2 hours. Small, frequent practice is the secret to stable fluency. Make English a gentle part of your day, and fluency will grow behind the scenes. Now, as we begin to wrap up this section, I want to leave you with something powerful. Fluency is not something you chase, it is something you grow into, slowly, gently, gradually. Every word you speak is a seed. Every sentence is a leaf. Every conversation is a branch. And one day, without even noticing, you will have a strong, beautiful tree of fluency standing inside you. You will speak without fear. You will express your ideas with clarity. You will join conversations with confidence. And you will realize that everything you needed was already inside you. You just needed time, practice, and kindness toward yourself to bring it to life. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Your fluency is growing moment by moment, and it will bloom fully sooner than you think.